up, MetaZoo Maniacs and Cryptic Campers? Today is March 9, 2025, and as you may have seen in a previous video, I had this auction for first edition Crypto Nation booster box starting at $139.99. It got no bids, but it ended on March 7th before the announcement. So maybe if this auction was ending later, like today or Sunday, it would have got at least one bid for $140. And the reason I say that is because there was a seller that was selling them for $150 or best offer accepted, and now they're out of stock. And here's the sale right here. They accepted best offer of $140 on March 7, 2025. So maybe that auction might have got a bid for $139.99 if the auction was selling later. But maybe the person that didn't sell it for $139.99 is glad it didn't sell and is going to hold on to it. As well, on March 8th, we had an individual Crypto Nation first edition booster box sell for $140 best offer accepted. And then on March 7, 2025, there was 3 first edition Crypto Nation booster boxes that sold best offer accepted for $480 for 3 of them. And as well, in that other video, I mentioned that I'd keep the tab open to see if the seller could sell any of these boxes, and they did. They have 12 sold, and they still have, let's see how many, they still have 3 cases available. So it is selling. The new booster box is selling, even though they don't have the new image updated. I guess it doesn't really matter. Next, we have the Hello Kitty seller right there, once again, trying to sell these for $99.99. They've 23 sold. They haven't sold any in a while, I don't think, but they still have 10 available for the pink box. Okay, let's jump into some fun auctions from the past week. So we got the Mothman Festival promo card, PSA 9, sold for $58. I'm sure whoever owned this and seen all those sales going on GWOAT, like this card has been selling for around $50 raw, and there's only more and more of these coming. I think in the inventory list, there's over 600 of these, so whoever had this as a PSA 9 probably like, I better sell this while I can. Next we have the Loveline Frogman and Sam Sinclair Collecticon promo card. Pretty cool card. And it's going down in value. It's only worth $10.50. I wasn't paying attention to when this auction ended, but I think this is a steal of a deal. It's the original MetaZoo Collecticon promo card. $10.50. Next we have the first edition. So Crypto Nation first edition. Zoom in right there. Boom. Full Hollow Mothman. That's the top hit in the box besides red ink, obviously. PSA 9 sold for only $21.50. First edition Full Hollow Mothman PSA 10 for only $84.51. Okay, now we have a few auctions. I might not do this every week. I might do this. I don't know. But some auctions that did not get a bid. So from Pin Club, we have Chibi Baby Blue Ox. Don't see this card too often. Full Hollow. Did not get a bid for even $10. Next we have Bigfoot. First edition from Wilderness TCG Grading. They were trying to get $63.06. No bid. $100 Australian. Let's check out the label. What in the world is this? That looks kind of cool right here. Yeah, it's got a 10. What is this? FLS? Does that mean like a flawless 10? Even a PSA 10 of this card would not sell for $63 American. Next, we had another first edition Crypto Nation booster box. Starting bid $189.99. No bids. Next in Australia, we had the Drop Bearer promo. $94.58 American, $150 Australian. Let's check it out. Nice card. No bids. Over in the United Kingdom, we had a Bigfoot Cryptic Camera serialized out of 25 from MetaZoo Topps Chrome Orange Refractor. Starting bid was $166.73 American. No bids. I absolutely love the title of this description, or for this auction. So yeah, $398, that's what we thought. I thought it was less. I thought it was like $376, but once upon a time, for anyone new to MetaZoo that's listening to this part of the video, the Rat King promo was rumored to have under 400 copies that existed. So this was like a grail promo. It was pretty crazy to come across. So they tried starting the auction at $378.07. Obviously no bids. And here we had the red and blue ink sketch cards. So starting bid $350 or buy it now for $600. No bids. Very cool cards though. Okay, let's check out some cards that did sell. So we got Beast of Busco first sighting serialized out of 99. I mean, from Top Series 0, PSA 9 for only $39. Here we have 2 boxes of Nightfall sold for $76 in auction. Here we have the MetaZoo World Poker Tour Kickstarter promo box. Got 10 cards in there. There's 12 cards in the set. Sold for $13.50. Here's an interesting one. So it's the Headcaster promo card. It's serialized out of 250. We got a PSA 10 sold for $78.77. Now, it's still in, it's a wrapper, you know, right here. So maybe someone can comment below. They didn't grade the card, right? When they grade this, they grade the actual, like, wrapper. So the wrapper got a PSA 10. Serialized 173 out of 250. Really cool. But 250 is just too much for the current MetaZoo market. 250 of any card's way too much. But let's take a moment to look at this artwork. I mean, this is awesome. You got Mothman, Wendigo, Bigfoot, Flatwoods Monster, and Cumberland Dragon all playing poker together, all blinged out. Like, this is a high-stakes, high-roller game. Next, we have a massive MetaZoo sealed lot. So, it sold for $105. Let's investigate what's in here. So, we got Top Series 0, Wilderness, Spellbook. I don't know if that's second or first edition. Can we see? That better be first edition. Yeah, it looks like a first edition. Okay, so then we have the Nightfall. Oh, one of these. Yeah, the Topps Wilderness collaborations with eBay, Magicast. Okay, so for $105, not bad, not bad. This would be a fun rip for $105. Next we have Babe the Blue Ox from Revive Skateboards promos. It's not redeemable or scratchable or whatever. PSA 10, so for only $26. That is some nice artwork. That's a nice promo card. And PSA 10 for $26, why not? Hey, the very first MetaZoo collaboration. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the very first collaboration MetaZoo ever did with anything. Was when they teamed up with Walmart for this promo box. Sold for $11. You're going to get, what, 3 booster packs in there. And you're going to get that exclusive holographic Piazza Bird. Okay, here we have a massive lot of MetaZoo promo cards. Sold for $128.19. Well, it looks like there's some Kryptonation First Edition in here. So we got Loveline Frogman. Yeah, that's First Edition Mothman, full holo. That alone is a nice pickup. And look at this. You got the Halloween, like the Jack-o'-lantern pumpkin carving contest. That's the word I'm looking for. I mean, that promo card alone's in there. Oh, look at this. You have Bigfoot card, autographed and doodled. Chibi Wendigo. Not to mention these cards right here. These were not easy to get. These are the plushy Chromie cards. Very nice. Oh wow, the Mothman one's in here too. This is a steal of a deal. I'd say there's a lot of nice stuff in here for $128.19. Very good pickup. And next we have Metal Man of Alabama versus the Charman. MetaZoo Topps Chrome serialized number 1 out of 50 for $54.99. Buy it now. And next we have a Kickstarter Hodag PSA 10 for only $117.50. And next we have another first edition full holo Mothman PSA 10 sold for $104.40 in auction. Here we have an uncut sheet of the World Poker Tour promo cards sold for $82 as a buy it now. Now for this one it's sold for $80. We have the Possessed Aura from Revive Skateboards. Next we have the MetaZoo Streamer Kit promos. Not including Love, like Loveline Frogman, but we have 4 out of the 5 here. Sold for $112.50. Next we have Mini T-Rex Playtester card. PSA 10, only $52. Here we have the Rocky Mountain Collectibles Participation Medal. I think this was like the very first MetaZoo tournament. $39 as a PSA 10. And it has the MetaZoo stamp on it, which is pretty cool. That makes it a lot more rare. Okay, next we have a whole bunch of playtester cards that sold. So we have a PSA 8 Chains of Old Scratch, sold for $76 in auction. Then we have another PSA 8 Chains of Old Scratch playtester that sold for $84.89 in auction. And then another PSA 8 Chains of Old Scratch that sold for $110.50 in auction. Then we have a playtester Possessed Aura. That just looks good. PSA 8 sold for $115.50 in auction. Then we have Satanic Panic playtester card PSA 10 sold for $152.50. Then we had another Satanic Panic playtester card PSA 10 sold for $175.01 in auction. And yet another one, another Satanic Panic playtester card PSA 10 sold for $188.50 in auction. Here we have a Calcified Dunes Orb playtester PSA 10 sold for $70 in auction. Then we have a playtester Edgar Case PSA 10 sold for $96.01 in auction. Another playtester Edgar Case PSA 10 sold for $105.01 in auction. Casey Jones playtester PSA 10 sold for $108.50 in auction. Then we have Black Aggie playtester PSA 10 sold for $152.51 in auction. Another Casey Jones playtester PSA 10 sold for $162.51 in auction. Then we have Lady Luck playtester PSA 9 sold for $182.50 in auction. Here we have Reaper's Crown playtester PSA 10 sold for $217.51 in auction. Then we have Walking Sam playtester PSA 9 sold for $230.19 in auction. And I was wondering how this card sold for so much, this release event medal as a PSA 9 for $62. But it does have that MetaZoo stamp on it, which is pretty hard to find. Next we have a first edition full holo Mothman Raw, sold for $30 as a buy it now. And next we have Dark Aura from Seance. You get this out of the or a hollow deck or brick that you get in a spellbook. So for $12.88 as a buy it now. Here's an interesting one. I don't know why they sold 32 packs, but it's 32 packs of first edition Kryptonation. So for $46. I didn't even know this existed, but a Wendigo hoodie. So for $200, buy it now. I didn't even know these were a thing. Really cool. Next we have Wendigo from Native, PSA 10, so for $61 in auction. I mean, if we're going to talk about Native, let's talk about this first edition bundle with a whole bunch of Native products. So it sold for $325, best offer accepted. Let's see what they got on March 3rd, 2025. So for $325, they picked up 2 Native booster boxes, a couple blisters, some release event boxes, some theme decks, and 2 spellbooks. Here's a nice pickup. MetaZoo Topps Chrome, Cryptic Camera, Bigfoot, Alternate Art, Green Refractor, serialized out of 99, PSA 9, for only $26. Then we have Flatwoods Monster, serialized out of 99, only $12.50. Then another Metal Man of Alabama versus the Charman, serialized out of 99 for only $22.50. And then we got Barbecue Sam, going for less than the Rat King, and I think there's less of these printed, but who knows. For only $18.95 as a buy now. Here we have a mountain of Kryptonation 2nd Edition. I mean, there's 5 booster boxes, tons of blister packs, spell books, for only $80. Buy it now. Next we have from Hero Quest 1.0 Piazza Bird, which is signed and doodled by Kelsey Ticino for $102, best offer accepted. Now that's a nice looking card. And in my opinion, the best Piazza Bird artwork in all of MetaZoo. Next we have a master case of 12 boxes of Nightfall, sold for $600 American as a best offer accepted. Next we have Sam Sinclair from the Black Friday promo, sold for $70, best offer accepted. Next we have a Bigfoot first sighting from Top Series 0, autographed and doodled by Poncho for only $113.61. I mean, I know it's raw, but that's a pretty sweet looking card. And it is a first sighting Bigfoot, serialized out of 99. And speaking of Top Series 0, we have 4 boxes and a whole bunch of Christmas boxes, sold for $47 total in auction. All of this, yeah, that's a nice pickup. For $47, you're going to have a lot of fun with that. Next we have a MetaZoo Topps Wilderness sealed box, sold for $17, buy it now. Here we have a Kickstarter full hollow Mothman in a DSG case. I mean, the title's not the best here. It sold for $350 as the best offer accepted. I mean, the title's not the best. They should have just taken the time to write out Kickstarter. I mean, but whatever. I mean, whoever picked this up, I'd say you got a pretty good deal. Whoa, I just went to the description. You are bidding on all 3 MetaZoo Kickstarter Mothman. All 3 are graded. Whoa, is this, what the hell? Am I reading this right? So you got the DSG 9. Reverse Hollow Mothman graded PSA 9, and the Promo Mothman DGS 9.5K. Let's take a look at this listing again. Okay, I thought they paid $350 buy now just for this card alone, which is a full hollow Kickstarter Mothman. But you're also getting a Reverse Hollow Kickstarter Mothman PSA 9, and the Promo Mothman from the blisters as a DGS 9.5. I'm calling this a steal of a deal, because just crack these out of the case and resubmit them to PSA. But this one alone, cracked out and sent to PSA and get it regraded, even if it gets a PSA 9. I mean, $350 for all these cards, I would say that was a nice little pickup. This is a steal of a deal of the year award winner. Dragon Oconto Falls first sighting, so for only $111.50 in auction. Like, you never see these pop up on eBay, never mind in auction. And never mind for, what, $111.50? Next, we have some Kickstarter booster boxes. So on March 1st, we had one sell for $1,149.99, best offer accepted. Another one on March 1st sold for $1,299.99, best offer accepted. And on March 7th, there's a Kickstarter booster box that sold for $1,312.50 as best offer accepted. And here's an interesting bundle that sold on March 7th. So for $850 American, we have a Kickstarter spellbook, a regular first edition booster box, not Kickstarter, and a Kickstarter blister pack. And before we end this video, we finally have some sample cards to talk about. Well, I know SoCal TCG was waiting for this. I missed his Hello Kitty in a different video, but I did not miss Bloodlust PSA 9 sample card for only $202.50 in auction. Not bad at all. Now, a lot of people don't like the new Chupacabra and the new MetaZoo. Now that's badass. That's a lot of blood, and that's a lot of gore, and that's the way Chupacabra should look. As well, there was another Chupacabra, sorry, not Chupacabra, but Bloodlust, that sold as a raw sample card for $150, best offer accepted. And here we have Fresno Nightcrawler sample card PSA 9, sold for $325, best offer accepted. Always going to take some time to look at these sample cards, very nice. And as well, on March 7th, we have a sample Ding Bell PSA 9, sold for $400, best offer accepted. And this is really cool, because in the new MetaZoo set, they do have a Ding Bell card, which will have the black border and it's the exact same artwork as the sample card. Here's what I want to know in the comments below if you made it to this part of the video. How much do you think this Poncho box is going to sell for? Like the very first reported sale ever. On the secondary market, how much do you think this box is going to sell for? The very first one ever sold on eBay. My guess is going to be $650. Could it sell for over $1,000? Probably. Anyways, comment below, let me know what you think. Cast your vote on how much this will sell for, and we'll see you in the next video.